a stipend. So it presumes that if they're eligible to join, and then that opens the door that someone who's taking it from a family member is eligible, then it can be expanded. I don't, to me, it's a policy
Same
decision.
language that the fire department has and put it in there, and we voted on at the commissioners meeting with the same language that the fire department has. And I didn't see it on there as, not affecting, or you were saying, it wasn't as cut and dry as I thought you were saying. I thought it was more cut and dry, saying if you take it, when you don't.
Because, let me add, Chief, in the union contract,
Yes.
where it allows the option for insurance, the stipend in lieu of insurance. Does that require them to be on the insurance plan currently?
Being on.
No. When the union contract adopted that, people who are currently on insurance could notify the department
Yeah, they had to notify.
within a certain amount of time that they were gonna drop insurance and take a stipend. Other, union members who were currently not in our group plan, but were getting insurance through a family member, they opted to continue getting insurance through their family member, plus take the stipend.
And then, if that's allowed by the contract, and you adopted the contract, then, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Did the water department adopt a union contract?
We adopted the wording from the contract in our new, candidate.
You adopted it in what document, Chris?
In the employee handbook. When we upgraded it to some of the newer laws and everything else.
So we would have to provide for literally
There's that
everybody.
option there, or like,
We'd have
the new
to,
employee, when he came in, I asked him if he was gonna take him not to go see Lisa. And I don't know if he did or not, I don't talk to him about that or anything. I assumed that John didn't take it, and I thought maybe he was getting it. But I found out afterwards when he left, he said, no, I decided to get it. He was only 23 years old, he could have stayed on his parents. I don't understand why he didn't, but he did at the time. So I
so
just didn't think it was that cut and dry, yeah.
who in the department?
That's a private matter.
No, it's not, I'm not naming names, it's statistics. I'll change what's the number of people in the department who are not receiving insurance right now?
There's only one person right now that I know.
Okay, that's all I need.
Hold on a second. You-
So
yeah.
there's one potential there.
And
Can I ask the same question? How many people in the fire department are not getting insurance?
I defer to Lisa on those, I don't.
there are currently 4 people in the fire department that are taking the equivalent of the family stipend. One potential person in the water department who will take a family level stipend, and if this is being adopted for the district as a whole, one person in the finance department who would take one of the kinds of stipends.
So you've backed into a district policy.
So,
So how many, so we have one at the fire, how many at the fire department?
4.
Currently,
Or
4 and no additions or reductions.
How many of those 4 are receiving a stipend?
4 people are receiving a stipend who are not part of our group health insurance.
And there are no other people in the fire department that are not either getting insurance from us or getting a stipend.
there are 8 people in the fire department who are in our group health insurance, 8 people in the fire department who are in our group health insurance, and 4 who are not in our group health insurance, but who are receiving a stipend.
And there are no other people eligible to get insurance in the fire department.
Every employee must be employed or receive.
How
a
many
stipend.
people in the fire department?
14.
So we have 2 other people that could potentially, if you have 8 in the getting insurance or getting the stipend, that's 12 people. If 14 people are in the department, there are 2 other people who
I'm
could
sorry.
opt for.
I'm sorry, I just did math wrong. So 4 people are receiving the stipend and 10 are in the group.
Okay,
I apologize.
so there's really only 2 other people who could possibly get it. So it's a minor, but you've got a district policy. So we'll have to, Lisa's suggesting
Go with the higher.
$17,000, so we're gonna have to add that.
Well,
If the Prudential Committee approves.
Yes. Well,
I think they have a
The
choice.
union has a collective bargaining power, the other departments don't.
They have it in the policy manual. They have it in their,
contract,
and ERISA would say, practice trumps policy. It's a district policy.
Yeah.
So we have to add 2 people. So add $32,000 to that number.
33,200
No, it's 16,600.
Is that the total
for 2.
Those are 2.
for the 2?
Mhm.
Make it round numbers. You have 153, 161, 953, 161. Just add 17 to that. 970, 161.
Not too much. Didn't you already
Agree?
have it with the red?
The red has that amount added, but he wants to round it up by $360.
I don't want to get confused here, but I think she already had the figure in there. I think you read the figure that she had already had. I think you added another 17 on top when you just read it.
The one I read at 9:36.
953, does the
She
953?
read 936, 530. The adjusted would be 953, 160,
And
95.
that's the number.
Okay,
I'd make it 161.
great. I'll read that then into the record if that's
And-
acceptable.
And just to be, like, what is the stipend roughly per employee?
$16,630, right?
no, this.
8,000.
8,000 is
I-
helping.
8,000,
Yeah,
That's the plan.
yeah,
it's about 2,800 a quarter, for a family, and I'm sorry, I don't want to throw out numbers, but basically this 16,630 number that you see in the paragraph below, that is the equivalent of 1 annual family stipend and 1 annual individual stipend for the year.
Okay.
Jeez. So,
Okay, I'll read it again. Unless Mark, have you said something, are you saying something in there?
I'm just saying, geez, that's a lot of money. It seems like that ship has sailed though.
it has,
Seems likely.
several years ago.
So I'll read it again. Article 17, to see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate and or transfer and appropriate from available funds and or borrow and appropriate the sum of $953,161 for the purposes of paying employees other other post-employment benefits. Article 18, see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate and or transfer and appropriate from available funds the sum of $35,000 for the stabilization fund as provided under section 5B, chapter 40 of the general laws. Article 19.
Seth, can I interrupt again? Sorry.
Yes, of
Article
course.
17, go back to Article 17.
Yes.
Rick, and we have available for us at the annual district meeting, a breakout of that 953,000, et cetera, dollars by attribution to the fire, water, and Prudential Committee. It's not part of the warrant, but people will be interested to know that number, those numbers. I believe we did it last year.
Yeah,
Thank you. Want me to keep reading, Seth?
You can, sure, if you want to.
To see if the district will vote to raise and appropriate and or transfer and appropriate from available funds the sum of $46,300 for the Water Department Stabilization Fund as provided under Article 9, Section 5 of the district bylaws. Article 20, to see if the district will vote to transfer and appropriate the certified free cash from certified free cash, the sum of $37,100 for the balance of the fiscal year 2024, transferred to the Water Department Stabilization Fund as provided under Article 9, Section 5 of the district bylaws. Article 21, to see if the district will vote to repurpose Articles 2015-10 and 19 water tank security to be available for funding the voter-determined disposition of the Katuitt Elementary School building. Article 22, to see if the district will vote to repurpose Article 2022-24 school property environmental study to be available for funding the district determined disposition of the Katuitt School building. Article 23, I do not have the current language for Article 23.
I
Does
do
any-
here. Where'd it go?
That's the, water department. Why is Article 22 in there? Article 22? Why do we have that for the school? We can,
why do we have it?
yeah,
Because we either, should close it to the general fund, add it to free cash, or I thought it would be useful to use it for the disposition, to lower the amount of money we'll have to borrow for whatever it is that we're going to do with the property.
right. So don't we need to have articles to transfer those sums?
That is the article. We're saying that that article, the district will vote to repurpose those funds to fund the disposition as voted by the district for the school elementary building.
But you mean they have to have numbers associated with
Well,
them, like
uh,
dollar values?
Do you want the values in there? Or maybe I'm missing the point.
Yeah, I think there should be a total value of what that is.
Okay, it's like 312 or some extra, 312 XXX. I'll get that number.
But I thought it was close to, the total was close to 600,000.
I said, if you take the 207, the 312 and the 28, you're close to $600,000.
Right.
But you can't take the 207 until you go through the special district meeting. It says that you are going to demo it, because until the district determines to demo it, they
Yeah.
have to.
Okay. So,
Do you want the exact? I think I have it here on the financial report. You want to read that in? It's 312,634. And the next one is around 28,000.
so we're not gonna put the other that makes it up to 600,000 in?
You can, until you have the special district meeting. You could, wait a minute, no, I'm sorry, let me revise that. You could put it in and withdraw it if the vote at the special district meeting says to continue. So yes, I'm sorry, you
Yeah.
could put it in.
So I think we need to put it, the total that we have available.
So that would be it would be the same wording for Article No, I don't have the number. Yeah. Hang on 1 second. I still don't have that article in there.
Supposed to be blue.
Um,
You mean the original one?
yeah, I need the original one.
Everything's not there.
Is that 2021?
It would be the year before the
Oh,
$28,000 article.
must have been 21.
Yeah, no, I'm getting some. No, some's coming through here, so that's fine.
Article 17, 2021. And the balance is 204,926.
So we're gonna add an article,
No, add it to this sentence,
just add it to that one.
add it to that warrant article.
Are we gonna do it?
Just add it to Article 22. Redo Article 22.
I,
Repurpose two special, or
Purpose 2 and 1, of course you can.
Yeah.
Why not? Just, but you have to mention that article in that dollar sum. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so you just add a sentence. You could combine them into one by adding sentences to, what is it, to Article 21. We did that once before, and went through a whole series of articles
Yeah.
and repurposed them. So you could make 22 after the period, and we could say, see if the district will vote to repurpose the following articles.
Yeah.
$510, the water tank security. And you should mention the amount.
Yeah.
$, 312,634. Move that up there. Article 2224, school property environmental study. $28,000. And Article 21 -17. Alternative development determination. $ 204,926.
Should we read the whole thing? Make it clear?
Yeah,
Do you want me to read the,
You read it directly. You got all your notes.
am I allowed to read it?
Yeah,
To see if Article 22. To see if the district will vote to repurpose the following articles. Article 2015-10 and -19, water tank security, comprising $312,634, Article 22-24, school property environmental study, comprising $28,000 even, and Article 2021-17, alternative development determination, comprising $204,926, for funding the voter-determined disposition of the Katuitt Elementary School building.
excellent.
Mhm.
So then we won't need Article 21.
Right,
And,
So Article 22 will really be Article 21.
right, and Article 23 that you were gonna read from the Water Commission will be 22.
So I'm gonna read it because I have it here. Would be the new Article 22. And I'm just gonna use this wording because I don't know if they're gonna. To do all things necessary to petition the Massachusetts Great and General Court to enact a change of the enabling legislation of the Katuitt Fire District and the establishment of the Katuitt Water Commission under Chapter 244 of the Special Acts of Massachusetts, 1935, substantially as follows. The Water Commission of the Katuitt Fire District shall have the authority to fund improvements on private property with written approval of the property owner to protect and enhance the quality of the water supply for the benefit of the residents of Katuitt. And the Prudential Committee does not recommend this article.
I need a motion to approve Articles 1 through 21.
Actually, it'll be 22 because we didn't renumber Article XX.
Oh, okay. Article 22. That the Prudential Committee recommends those articles. And for Article 23, the Prudential Committee does not recommend this article.
I would second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Fran has pointed out that the last line needs to be revised because 30 days are necessary. So instead of the 4th day of May 2023, this should be the 29th day of April 2024.
So that's 30 days, right? Charlie?
Ray's gonna send it around, make sure that it's.
Okay. So that gives us, if anything else comes up between now and the 29th, that gives us time to have a meeting.
Very good.
So, and, so Mark, do you have a report from the, bylaw committee?
Yeah, I thought I mentioned that last time, but the bylaw committee this year is not recommending any changes to the bylaws.
So before you ask, I guess you should ask first. I did talk to Cindy and we're gonna schedule a meeting coming right up. This was a couple of weeks ago and I haven't heard from her though.
Okay,
So I did attempt a call meeting.
okay, okay. So, any public comment?
No, I don't see anything.
I'll accept a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm gonna
Thanks a lot.
scoot out of here.